Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Pallegney. Back on our original or first ever live stream. It's good to be back here. And yeah, Brutus in the background, he missed you all. He kept sending me messages saying, "Hey, when are you coming back?" So I figured I would come on back and hopefully, let's hit the live button there. That way I got the thing up. So yeah, check on the farm, see how things are doing. And there have been a few updates as of late. The last update on Pallegney changed a couple of things. Our alfalfa field that we have over yonder, the map maker did a little change with the alfalfa, so we get to see how well it's going to produce. There were some ground textures that was really weird on this, so I don't know what all is going to happen with it when we advance to the month of August. But we did go through and we limed everything. The nitrogen looks like it's okay. We'll see what happens next month. And a little bit of an additional refresher up here. We'll cross the road, make sure no one's coming. We changed up this field. We got rid of all of the having to travel underneath this bridge to do the harvesting. Give us a little bit of an extra barrier around the pylons. And yeah, so now this field is broken up into two, and AI workers should be able to take care of it just fine for us if we decide to let AI do their job over here. And I did want to come up here because also, okay, that looks like it's on the other side of the road. Perfect. There was a gate right here that we could not get rid of, so it's still gone, which is good. We don't have to worry about this old gate up here. We did remove some of the fences a stream or two ago. I think it might have been, let's go swimming. Might have been when I did the farm rebuild. I can't exactly remember. I'm still undecided about this building here, although it is a good storage building for our baler and our big crone mower. It's supposed to hold bales, and it does. However, the bales line up where this mower sits, and I just don't like having to back a trailer in here to do the auto-loading function on it. But it makes a good storage shed for the big equipment that we got up here that stays up here. I'm gonna do a little thing here because these bushes have always bothered me. We're just gonna do a little bit of a remove these. And then I think we'll go to the month of August here in just a few minutes. Just going to kind of clear out these bushes here real quick. And there we go, there we go. The ones along the fence are alright. Don't have any complaints with those ones. Excuse me, my nose itches. Yeah, and it's not that these bushes are in the way of anything. It's just an annoyance, you know. And there is a tree up there I want to get rid of too, because we always run into that tree. Okay, getting close, getting close. Yeah, this Manchurian red pine. Let's just go ahead and do a little make sure it disappears technique. And same with that little guy. Okay. So now we can actually get through there with our mower. We can leave that. Those trees stay just fine. Okay, that little bush stays. These ones, let's give them a little pop. That is the most unique power pole I've ever seen. Well, we're not supposed to take care of that. Come on. It was going after this tree here, so let's just teleport to a vehicle. And I want to take care of just a bush, just to... Where is it still going up there? Okay, so I bet you that tree's gone now. Okay, where's our farmyard? Right up here. Let's go ahead and visit the house. Yep, that tree's gone. And that's fine, I guess. It's not how I wanted it to go down, but it went down, so... And we'll come up here, take care of that. Make sure we don't point toward a tree. And as you can see, the fence line is gone now, which is very good for us. Not that we're trying to get to the road or anything like that, but it's always just been kind of a pain to do the mowing in this field here. Yeah, we missed a little spot there. That's fine. Come up here. Some of the stuff we can't avoid, you know, like the power poles, like the light fixtures. That's all fine and dandy. And like I said, these were annoyances. And this is where that tree was that we had to avoid all the time, so... There we go. Just kind of clean up a little bit, you know. If you got big bushes in a grass field, you tend to take care of them anyway. And, you know, one more. There we go. Maybe this guy. Alright. So there we go. I think we're good. I was looking at our ownership map here. And we do own a lot of this area. So sometime we may remove some of these trees here to expand this grass field. Maybe over closer to the river there. Maybe expand this one over for 95. Get that a little bit bigger. Because 95 is its own separate entity, if I remember right. Let's just click on 95. Okay, it does incorporate the main farmyard. And I wish this could go away so that you can actually see. But 96 there, so 95 incorporates this entire farmyard. And this guy would go over, but it's neither here nor there. I know we're doing really good on the amount of grass that we have. You know, stand on the fence post here. We could buy this field here as well, but we're in no rush. Let's go on back to the farm. I know Mr. Romeo's hungry. It's been a hot minute since we've been up here. And if yep, there he is. He's our dark champagne lab. Doing good. Chasing bunnies as usual. Our race field is doing really good. So far we've kept up on all the watering schedule. We've got an entire new market here for stuff, since this one is full of straw. There's a few grass bills in there, a few alfalfa. Yeah, we've got stuff all over. But this one, I think we put this one down the last episode. Yeah, we still got the organized / disorganized farmyard. And because of the last update that required us to remake the map, we just got done doing a harvest, and that's why some of the fields are in a plowed state. It's just, it was one of those weird situations that we had. We're doing good on the goat milks. We got our fermenting silo, our regular silo, and we're just going to come over here and check on 3 more things. We got our water buffalo sheds. They're doing good on their food. Plenty of straw as well. And this one is doing good. So we basically just started buying this one right before the major update. So we've got 15 head of water buffalo in here. And they're doing good. They got plenty of milk that they're producing, plenty of straw. We expanded their pastures, redid this entire section the way I wanted it originally. So we've got a very large pasture for these water buffalo. We put a whole bunch of bushes in here so they can scratch up against them and have some shade and stuff. You know, making it nice and habitable for them. And the same with our original pasture over here. We put down some shade trees for them, some big bushes. Originally we had a chicken coop up in here, which I wasn't really happy with it to begin with. But with the farm update that we were able to do, we increased our storage capacity of these barns. Originally, if we were to come into here, I think they were 80,000, 88,000. Might have been this one here. Cow shed that holds 65, I think is what it is. Nope, it's not that one. Where was it? I know they were the 55,000 right here. So they hold 60 head of cattle each. And I wanted a pasture for them, so like I said, we got this one to go up to 99, our main farm, and then this one over here, it holds 85 now, and I don't think we're up to full capacity yet on either one. No, this one is. So, but then I moved our chicken barn way up here. Got it out of the way, and we're gonna check on these guys. Oh, the eggs are getting full. So let's go ahead and pull the eggs out. Just put them outside. The neighbors are pretty nice. They don't take our eggs. But having them up here, I think, is a much better location. In my opinion, it's flat ground. We're able to get our vehicles up and around here, load up the food plot, because the first time I tried to load up our food silo on this, I had to do some major ground terraforming in order to get anything to go in. So Yeah, we're doing pretty good here. So I think we're at the point. Let's just go ahead and check our... we'll select everything. And looks like we're still waiting for spots to grow. So we got field 6 here. Let's go ahead and visit that. We got one more month for the sorghum, which is our chicken food. So we always have to supply that. And I think this is the only field of sorghum that we got. Yep. And then we got our 4 fields of corn, 3 fields of soybeans that we just sell outright for both of them. And then our rice that we use for making flour at the bread mill. So I think we're good to go. Let's go ahead and advance to the month of August. And we're going to check on the alfalfa field just to see what it looks like. Hopefully it grows. I did go through and there's a few alfalfa fields here. Let's go to this one here. I think this one's still growing. Yep. This one's ready to harvest. And it's actually waist high, you know. And the last time we did a harvest, it was like, wasn't even knee high. So hopefully the alfalfa, and that was the last update, that it's able to supply us some better yield, which was my big complaint when they introduced alfalfa to this map. So let's go ahead and we'll check the market as well. I don't think there's anything on here that we need. We don't need a 143 horsepower Deutz tractor. You know, we're a Fendt farm plus the one JCB. That JCB was the second tractor we ever bought on this farm. The baby Fendt over there was the first. But let's go ahead and go until 8 o'clock. Wanna Fanta? Don't you wanna? Alright. So what do we got on sale? Okay, so we got a New Holland header. That's a 12 meter. I think we're running a 13 meter Kloss. We've got another medium tractor here, Favorite 800 Turbo Shift LSE. We don't really need another tractor. What I'm looking for is the, you know, there's a little something that we can put on the back of this guy. And it bugs me that it has never shown up. And it's this Dragon TK3576. We put the extension on it and we should be able to tip it sideways for dumping. You know, we can buy multiples if we need to and daisy chain them all together. And it holds 7,600, which would be a perfect match for our truck. But we're just going to come on over here. There's our Krone Big M. Yep, this is our baby Fendt. Is that only 118 horsepower? I thought... Let's take a look at our market here. Let's go to our vehicles. Let's Fendt 936 Vario. That one goes to 355 horsepower. 718, 118 horsepower. Then we got the 1151. That's 511. And then we got the JCB Fast Track. For some strange reason, I thought we had it should have been a more powerful tractor. So something tells me something got messed up here. So let's go ahead and customize this guy. So right now it's set at the 718, and I swore we had it the 246 variation. So I think this was, I believe, a mod. So the mod may have been updated. And because we got the Quickie front loader, interactive control, a Zero Compact Pro on it, yes. So yeah, something got changed on this mod. We're gonna have to rebuy this. You know, we got plenty of money. The money didn't go down overnight. So it shows that we don't have any loans that I can think of, and we weren't able to take a loan out anyway on this challenge. So, yeah, because we had the 724. So we're just gonna, and we had the fastest speed on this. So yeah, we're just gonna have to go ahead and buy it again, which is kind of a bummer, but we're just going to deal with it. Let's go ahead and customize it. Yep. And get all the things reconnected on it. But I decided, since I had this this FarmTech trailer for a while, and you know, it's one of those things that if you know, we bought this on the sale page. I just want to show you a little thing with it. It was the FarmTech trailer. Where is it at? Right here. So we originally had it with the 28,000 liter extension. Well, I decided to drop it down to the 14,000 because with that, I'll show you a little something with it. And excuse me, Romeo, we're going to come through. Yeah, make sure to get under the tires. That a boy. I have since converted my my feed truck over to this, and we can enter in either side. Normally I come in from the road, but we're able to do it this way. So we'll go to the back, and we'll move that around just so we can see what's going on. And we got side tip on this. So yeah, 14,000 liters a shot now, side tip. We don't have to stop, go anymore with the little 7,600 liter truck. And those are some hungry water buffalo because they took the entire trailer. And then, yeah, of course, I had to add this so that we would not drive into our field, because we tend to hit that corner a little fast. Let's get up here. Oh, another thing that I'm looking for as well is a semi. And I want to step out of here and I want to go over to this silo. What do we got in here? We got canola, corn, oats, sorghum, TMR because it is a shared silo, so whatever shows there shows up here. Wheat and wood chips. What is needing to be sold right now? So it looks like herbicide, planks. Okay, so we do have some planks and prefab walls and stuff. TMR, we can really get a good price for that. It's $124 per 1,000. The wood beams. So yeah, it doesn't look like our canola needs to be sold. That's on the low side. Our corn is the same way. The goat cheese is getting up there. We got the oats. Sorghum we don't worry about selling. Wheat. We've got 89,000 liters of wheat, but that'll go over to the grain mill. And I think we own, you know, let's take a look at the productions we own. The bakery and the grain mill. So the grain mill is out of material. So we need to take stuff over there. The bakery, they got plenty of flour. They got plenty of rice flour. They're producing the breads. I got both breads turned on. And they are set up for storing, so we need to go check on the status of that. We'll go do a dairy run as well. And we're just going to load up the second one. And we're going to run over and see how much this one needs still. So yeah, we need to load this one up because that one definitely takes the most so far. And the approaches in and out aren't ideal, but the location for these I figured was the best. I can't lower the road because the road itself is not able to be lowered or anything like that. Yeah, so 38, so we need another 12,000 liters. So we'll stop at 11 something. I mean, this trailer, we can just load it up completely. That's not going to hurt nothing. Definitely have plenty of TMR. Just take a look at our fermenting silo. Yeah, we got plenty of hay. There's no grass, no chaff in here. So it's not producing anything right now because it's out of the required material of grass or silage. So we could, in fact, if we really needed to, and we've never run out before, we could change one of our fields over to an actual harvesting field. And good evening, Simple Bee. Welcome in. We're just feeding our water buffalo here on Pallegney before we proceed to go check on our goats. We gotta go collect the goat milk and bring it over to our little dairy. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to check on. They updated the dairy. What up, J4? Welcome in. I know, double stream today. Excuse me for that. Sorry. Okay, so what vehicle do we want to take? This one's the 936. Yeah, let's grab the JCB here. Actually, I think we might grab the 936. It's going to be a little bit more powerful. And I want to check, because we had issues with our 724, I want to check out the 936 to make sure we're running at the top speed for this. Go ahead and customize it. Yeah, 936, 355 horsepower. So if we upgrade to the 942, which is what I think we had. Yeah, it might have been the 936. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I don't think we'll mess with it. Drive down the road. It's been a little while since I've driven on these roads. The trees are nice and green and lush. And then we got to get it back over here to get our sorghum harvested. Okay, we'll beat that car. Okay, we got our first goat pasture coming up here on the right. And this is kind of a... I put this in here not thinking about how well it's going to load. Eugene, welcome back. So we'll just grab these guys, pull them over, and see if we can get this articulated trailer backed up. I know some people don't like articulated trailers. You know, it just depends on how you want to do it, you know? Kind of like that. I think it would have been a better time with the JCB in there, not gonna lie. Oh, we do need to get the JCB over here with the fertilizer and fertilizer grass fields. Come on up. Get the rest of them loaded up. We got 4,500 liters of milk from the goats. Yeah, I forgot how tight of a turn this is, but we made it. Okay, let's stop and take a look at our grass fields here. I just want to see how they're looking right now. Stage 2. Looks like nitrogen is okay. We'll just check on this one. Everything's looking good. Let's go into our precision farming. And yeah, they're red, but I think we can forego. I mean, we can come and spray them, but trying to spray in the middle of here, we may have to grab our fertilizer spreader and load it with solid fertilizer. But we're going to come over here to field 64 and take a look at that one. And that's right alongside the road. Yeah, this may be a job for the old solid fertilizer. Just because of the way the fields are. And we've got a tall aerial view here. I don't want to have to replant this alfalfa field. Okay. Nope, it is growing. Okay. Looking pretty good. Nitrogen is bad on this, which is to be expected. Yeah, this is like the first time they introduced alfalfa on here. This is kind of what it looked like when it was ready to harvest. So yeah, we got to go through and fertilize all of this. And yes, that's right. Because of the alfalfa, and we had to do what they call a dirt skirt around it. That way it doesn't interfere harvesting or cutting it down. So we just kind of took care of all the grass close by. We did that around this entire field. Now, if we had one of the tricks of the trade that I have figured out that I absolutely enjoy doing, if we go up here to our windrower section, if we were to use the MacDon or the Agco swather, you know, let's just grab this guy. So it's able to swath wheat, barley, oats, canola, grass, alfalfa. That right there is key. Then this is the Titrical, you know, whatever it is, spelt, you know, I forget the different things, and we got the mustard. But around these fields is the meadow grass that the swather won't touch. And it goes for the Agco as well. So if you use a swather for your alfalfa, you don't have to worry about that dirt skirt. So let's get this guy home. We'll drive on the alfalfa. It's not going to hurt nothing. And then we gotta go grab our milks from the water buffalo, get them put in the dairy, and then we'll be ready to harvest our sorghum. Still looking for either a Kloss combine to match the header or a John Deere header to match the John Deere. Whoa! There's something there that I didn't see. Oops. Crash counter, 1. I didn't think I was driving that bad either. And it's nice that the traffic does not go down this road. And having that barrier there is kind of a pain in the butt, but it saves our field. I have driven in the field more times than I can count. Good, we got a double stack there. And then with it being August, then I don't know if we're going to plant canola this year or not. But that would be on the menu, so to speak. And yeah, that's a bad parking job. Okay, close enough. Grab our little tanker here, go get our milk. Just got to go right there at the top of the screen, almost. And we'll grab the milk, 6,000 liters, perfect. And you guys may be wondering why I only have one manure bunker here. Well, as you can see, it's connected to both the barns. It's close enough. I got lucky on that, so I didn't have to put down two manure bunker heaps. Now the literages doesn't show or reflect very well in here. But we're not about having to make sure it reflects properly, as long as it works, you know. And we'll go this way around because I don't want to go in front of the little market that we got there. And we'll go ahead and drop our milk in. We almost have the exact same amount of goat milk to buffalo milk. Kind of surprising. Okay, I think now we need to go... I forget what this guy was over here loaded up with. Let's take a look. Nothing. take a look at our production here. The St. Ferries Mills. Yeah, there's nothing in there. We can only hold 180,000 liters of oats. I don't think I got that much. The wheat. We'll go ahead and grab the wheat. At least one trailer load to get the mill up and running again. And then we'll take this over to our sorghum field and get it prepped and ready. And this mill needs these types of trailers. No articulation whatsoever. It's kind of a interesting way to get in there, I will say that. Yeah, we just do a little bit of fishtailing action here. Get spun around. And then to get this guy. Yep, it's definitely an interesting way to get in here. Don't get me wrong, it looks cool. And then we do that. So the absolute best ones are the pushers. The trailers that'll push out the material, like the silver one, that Flegel. If I remember right, that one's a pusher. Whoa, excuse me, car. Road could be a little bit wider there. Alright, let's get this up here to the field. And then I still want to check on the dairy. So we'll do a quick little teleport up there to take a look at it. And then we got to grab our John Deere and the header. Yeah, all of the equipment that we bought is right off of the used market. So we got really lucky on that. Could use a little bit bigger small grain seeder. We got the Bednar. It does well. I'm not gonna it works, but it could be bigger. 6 meters is a bit on the small side. Okay, so the dairy. Okay, we can't see how much it holds, so we'll take a visit. It should hold a lot. This is where stuff gets dumped in. This is where stuff gets dumped in as well. I mean, it's proper fittings for the dairy type stuff. Where does the produce get ejected from? Since we don't own it, I couldn't tell ya. My guess is it's going to be on this side. But how much is this dairy? If we were to buy it, it's $180,000. So we're 75,000 away from doing that. And I think that might be a good little thing to do. And milk and sugar, milk. Oh, so you got to dump your sugar in right there. That's what it is. Okay. So we may play with this one. And the dairy, you know, we'll just show our location. It's actually not too far away from our house. Just down a different road. So we will go play with it. And let's go ahead and grab this guy. Let's get our header pulled out of the way. Yep, different colors of green. It doesn't look too good, but it still works. And yeah, we're not gonna go that way. I think we'll hit the road. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I will, thanks for the reminder. It is on your YouTube channel, correct? There, Simple? And I want to make sure disable straw swath is selected. And then yeah, this isn't going to show because it goes, yeah, so we're going to have to do this by hand. Oh, cool. It does. We just weren't in the field far enough, I guess. Excellent. I'll make sure to go watch it. I spent most of the day yesterday getting videos prepped for the next this week and next week. And then streamed a couple of, this is the second stream of the day, which is kind of surprising. I decided that, since I had a lot of free time today and I didn't care to watch the Olympics, that I would go ahead and do a little bit of streaming. And I jumped on my Starfield game save, progressed on that storyline a little bit. not gonna lie, it looks goofy, but it still works. That's the wrong color green, no matter how you want to dice it. Would still like to have a bigger harvester. I mean, we could switch to the Very Feed 41 footer, but I think this one is still 13.2 meters. This Kloss, the 1380 Convio. As soon as I turn around, I'll take a look at the stats on it real quick. A lot of it also is to refresh my memory because I want to get back to playing on this map more frequently. Okay, so that was the Kloss Convio 1380. So that's the 1080. So yeah, that's the 13.8 meter. We might have enough room to get down to where the trailer's at. Yeah, there was so much stuff that got messed up on when we had to make a new game save for this map and rebuild the farm. I had a lot of different fields merged together. And it's a good thing we had a lot of the harvesting done for the month of July. That yeah, it did not look pretty. Let's just put it that way. 14-2 or 1. Okay, let's get this guy turned around. Gonna have plenty of chicken feed. What do the chickens currently have? Sheep. Chicken coop. They got 17,000 of their grain, which, like I said, is sorghum. Sorghum just seems, to me, just works the best, you know. Yeah, we can do wheat, we can do barley, we can do sorghum. But sorghum's one of those crops that, yeah, you can make the flour out of it. Generally, in real life, you don't. Or at least, not to my knowledge. That's probably the worst spot for that tractor and trailer. But sorghum's always been like an animal food mixture, so to feed it to chickens, to me, is like the perfect remedy for it. Excuse me. That's what I forgot to do. This one's a 7. Okay, we need the 9. Where's the 9? Right there. I was like, I'm gonna have to come back and bail this, but we let AI do that. With the follow me mod. Oh yeah, that's right. The map maker did that. Where he made it so that where you drive on the ground, it destroys the crop when it's harvested, of course. I forgot he did that. So I'm going to have to look in the month of September to see that one stripe that I drove through my alfalfa field, if it knocked it back a growth stage or what. Because I thought for a minute there I was driving on tram lines. We'll take this up, about that far. Okay, is it Control F? There we go. And just to make sure they're behind me, at least we got the corners cleaned up so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I might have made it all the way to the end, but I didn't know. Didn't know if I could, and then I run into the unharvested sorghum. Excuse me, car. I totally meant to cut you off. was like, what are they doing? And the sign should have no collision. Because that would absolutely suck if it did. I should have did 2 laps around the field and made it a little easier. But we're getting it done. We're going to take this over to the trailer, unload, and we're going to do a little thing with the bale. Not that bale, mind you, a different one. But moving that one up and out of the way is not a bad idea. It's going to be this one up here. And it looks like the worker got it. $50 wage payment. It's not so bad. And this bale up here, we're going to get out and actually move by hand. Hopefully I can make it to the end and turn around and go up a little ways until I'm about, almost 14,000 liters. Need to go empty out that trailer. So that's 38. I hope they don't do a weird jog like they did the last time. Just keep going. There you go. Alright, we'll see you later, Simple. You have a good night. Almost done with this field, and then we gotta figure out what to do next. Just gonna double check everything. Oh yeah, we gotta fertilize our grass fields, that's right. Yeah, you get a little weird seedbed state going on there. Get this guy home. The next harvest is going to be straw anyway, so we don't have to worry about clearing it out. But I realized that it's not the baler's fault. There's something broken with the baler. It's something that just because AI uses it, we have to basically exit the game and then come back in, and then it'll unload. So it's just one of those weird things. Okay, so we got 22,629. 22629. 61,129 liters of sorghum. And we still got sorghum in here. I think it was like 40,000 liters or something like that. So we should have 100,000 liters of sorghum altogether. And we got 108,000 liters. Nice. We'll leave this guy parked right here. And then we're going to go over to our sawmill over there. We're going to top it off. And we're going to get all of the material out of it and go ahead and get that sold. Okay, so now let's grab... Yeah, we'll grab the 936. Isn't going to hurt nothing. The more horsepower, the better. And we'll grab our articulated bell trailer right here. Okay, let's go into our production here. The sawmill. Let's change that. Change that. Because right now I just want the planks. Because we got 9,000 liters of planks in there. It's going to take a little bit of time to get that out. $7,000. We got 5,000. The prefab walls are going to be the worst because there's 13 in there. And we got one more. Then I think we're going to actually just start working on the prefab walls to get them out of there. Okay. Okay, so we just got to do this. So we have 5 more prefab walls. Two more. Yeah, there's a mod I want to try to get, and it allows you to have your production stack the material higher. Okay, one more wood beam. There it is. I have to get it from third party. At one time they did bring it out onto the mod hub, but it has since been removed. Okay, so now let's go ahead and set those up for distributing, those ones to storing. And then where do we got to go for the planks and prefab walls? Element OP. August, so we're looking at 1331, 1345 at the little market. Okay. Prefab walls, we could wait until September, but it's $30 difference. 5036, 4977. We'll probably just take it all to the little market. Looks like there's 5 more in there, and then we gotta go cut down some trees as well. 3 more. One more. All right, let's go cut down a couple of trees. It's going to take a few more than a couple of trees here. Scotch pine. Tiny oak that will never grow any more than what it is. American elm. That wasn't the tree I was trying to grab, but it's the tree I'll take. Okay, that looks like all the trees for now. Let's go ahead and get this delivered. And I said the little market for the delivery point. crash number 2. Come on. Okay, so let's unload planks long. And then Y, we want prefab walls. Okay. This is definitely not how I like loading prefab walls. Gigantic wind sails. Okay. We'll get the rest of the stuff. We'll see if we can get the prefab walls first, and then the rest of the material on top. That's fine. One more load. But this gives us enough money to play with the next item. And when we get all of our different dairies going up and running properly, the little one over here is not going to keep up. I mean, we're already out producing what its capacity is. Definitely need a different flatbed trailer for loading up the wood stuff. But the flatbed trailers are hard to come by. So another 32,000. Okay, so the dairy, let's go ahead and visit the dairy. And let's go ahead and buy it for $180,000. And now, okay, so it looks like they increased the amount of milk that you can bring in. Alright, so 15,000 liters of buffalo milk, 29,000 liters of goat, 72,000 liters of regular milk. Okay, that's not too bad. I think it used to be like 5, 5, and 5. So for the buffalo milk, if we're doing the bottled stuff, it's 144 times 20. So 2880. So that's still under a pallet a month of buffalo milk or buffalo mozzarella. So if we go to this dairy, buffalo mozzarella, yeah, this one definitely produces more. 840 times 14, 11,000. If that's the only thing running, we only got the two things running, and that's the goat cheese and the buffalo mozzarella. So if we do the dairy here, it'll probably be like butter and maybe the bottled milks for the for the items. Yeah, we'll probably do that. $144, so $28.80. The butters, 7,000. So let's go to this one here. The butter, 480 times 35. 16. So this guy is about double of the for some of the stuff, but I think it'll work out pretty good. And we still need to continue to get this next property cleared out. Running through the cornfield, making ourselves a maze. Okay, we get 31,000 in there. We get a couple of these other smaller trees. Okay, now we're on to the bigger and better ones, 20,000 liters apiece. Shagbark hickory. And this one's Tilia amarinus, which does pretty good for the amount of wood that you get out of it. But it likes to sit down on its stump. It's like perfectly balanced so it'll stand on its own even without a stump. See, that was another shagbark hickory. So these trees will definitely load it up. Get the little guy out first. $50,000. I want to take a look at how much is in there right now. 50,788. So that's 16,500 liters out of that shagbark hickory. And then this guy, 67,200. So that's 13,000. You know, give or take just a little bit. So we're up to 80, and this oak here should be enough. $99,999. So just a little over 20,000 liters, or just under. But I think it's like 22 or 23,000 liters for that. The old oaks. Okay, we don't have too much further to go. I mean, it's still a lot of work. So I may drop another sawmill down. I don't have it on the map yet, but I have an idea of one. That'll definitely help out because I want to clear out, if we go to our map, this section of trees here, field 113. On both sides of the road, I want to get that cleared out as well. We already did 112. That was the first one we did. And then, yeah, we'll get those cleared out. And I think, oh yeah, we gotta fertilize some grass. So let's go up there and do that. Do I have the breed all spreader still? Yes. I've got lime set up in it. Or we can just monkey it with this thing. I think we'll just monkey it with this guy. It won't take us that much longer. And it'll be a little better spread pattern as well. And we'll do the alfalfa field first. And JCB does have the narrow tires set up on it. We used to have quad tires, but we switched that over, or I should say duals. But we switched that to singles because it's better with singles. Duals look cool, but I kept hitting them on stuff. Okay. Alright, we're going to set ourselves up right up here first. We're going to take care of these 3 passes underneath the railroad bridge. And we'll turn our crop sensor on. Okay. Yeah, this is the goofy part about doing this field and the other one by the house. We got to sit there and fold and unfold. But we get a much better spread pattern with this than we do with solid fertilizer. We can go ahead and back it up. I could do like I did on the one field. Just wanted to make sure I got everything over there. Yep, looks like I did. where I just filled in between these piers or pylons, whatever you want to call them. That way I wouldn't have to do this. Hey, there goes the train. And the last pass. And we're going to see if I can do this. Get rid of this one. Not my land, maybe, but it's going down. It's going away. And I think I'm just going to eat the cost of it and spray their field as well. Just to make it easier on me. As I break my sprayer. Okay. Now we'll do that. I should do a little test on here to see which is better, liquid fertilizer or solid, because of all the nooks and crannies you got to spread through. And I think this is the only liquid fertilizer spreader that I've seen come up in the market as well. So that's one of those situations where I'm up a creek without a paddle, you know. We got to do what we got to do, and if this is the only thing that we got, just like that Bredol spreader, that's the only thing I've ever seen for solid. Oh, come on. I didn't want that line. I wanted that line. Spray, spray, spray all day long. Alright. Good to go. We'll just find a spot between the trees and dive through it. Something like right there. And unfold that. Hey, there's patches of grass missing. How about that? Nice not having to go through there, but we will have to fold it up once to drive to get between the pylons. Okay, let's stop spraying there. Excellent. Yeah, it's a good thing AI is not doing this. They would have been stuck on the first pylon. And then we'll back up here. And then there we go. Three more fields. And there, we'll just got to cross the bridge there, right there, down at the bottom of the hill, and across the road. Out of curiosity, 97 is 75,000, 100 is 39, so $115,000 for those two fields. And then 98 is, if we visit this, it's considered a pasture for animals. Because that's what this guy is for. But I would get rid of that and just make it a grass field. But we're not doing another grass field. Not right now, anyway. On this field, I am going to do something where I'm not going to sit there and try to go between every pylon. I'm just going to go on one side like I did that field there, and then the other side, and then just not fertilize in between all that stuff. Because that's what takes the most time when you're doing these fields, is fertilizing underneath these the bridge. I've got the technique down to do it, but it just takes a long time. So if that little bit of grass isn't fertilized, it's what, a quarter bale? And we'll drive on the neighbor's field with our skinny tires. And then if we get these done soon enough, oh yeah, August, we got to look at our rice fields. I think we're at the point where we have to drain the water anyway, because that should be ready to harvest in October. Let's take a look at our map here. Yeah, so that's going to be ready to go in October. That is the darkest green. If we go here, our long grain rice, October or September. Come on, clear the building. What if I do it this way? There we go. As I do like $50,000 worth of damage to my spray booms. Because you hit stuff like that all the time, you're going to have to replace them. let's see. We should be able to... There we go. Let's raise them up over top of the fence. Oh, I didn't turn it on. I thought I did. There we go. We'll just permanently remove that one. And when we restart the game, that shadow's going to go away from that tree. Alright, last little strip. And then we get to go home. And just to remind myself, I don't have anything sitting in this parking lot for the market. Looks like it's wide open. Kinleg needs some guidance on how to make roundabouts. That one you can actually drive around. Kinleg, you cannot. Those ones are rough. Hey, for once I stopped for the pedestrians instead of running them over. Hey, that one got ran over. That was funny. For once I didn't cause a hit and run. Okay, let's check on our rice patty. Okay, 5 of 6. It needs to be drying out, so let's check on the pump. And we can't do anything with it. Alright, anything we can plant this month. Canola. Some clover, grass, oilseed radish, poplar, alfalfa, cover crop, meadow grass, mustard, triticale, and spelt. Does the bakery or the grain mill? Yep, they do triticale and spelt. Triticale. That's rough. We'll be taking a whole bunch of rice over. So, do we want to do any of that stuff? Rye would be another fun one to play with. I mean, we're only planting corn and soybeans just because they sell good. We're gonna have to think about that. We're gonna have to think long and hard about that. Why are you doing over here? Okay, that thing. Anything else in the market? Nope. Still nothing. Oh, let's go collect all of our bales up there real quick. And then I need to think over the course of the next few days to see what we're going to do with the planting. And we need to see if we can find a different trailer. I'm going to do a little different drive-by here. And I missed that one. Hopefully we can go 5 high. Normally I set up all my trailers to go that high, and it's been a while since we've been on this map. Okay. We got 5 high, or at least 4. And then a 1 and a 2. And then one of these days I'll go through and reorganize all that stuff. Alright, so that thing's full. I need to get another sawmill so we can clear out field 113 or whatever it was, 130 something, 113. Yeah, I want to get that filled out so that way we can combine field 5 and 6 together. We'll have a nice sized field. And then we can do 4, 3, and this half of 113 together, and then these two together. Or make all these one field. That would be nice. What is over here ready to harvest? Mustard. It's $181,000. There's a lot of stuff that's ready for harvest. But we haven't done any contracts on this map in 2 years. Or I should say 2 seasons. We've been working all on our own stuff. I did have one time have the idea to buy these 5 fields here. So we would combine 24 and 23 together, 25 and 26 together, and leave 22 all alone. That one's 62,000, that's 104,000, that's 35,000, that's 47,000, and what's in that? That's alfalfa, and I thought that was soybeans, but that's mustard. And then that one down there is corn. Those 3 just made sense to do. 9 and 10 are going to go together. And then I want 7, 8, and 125 to go together when that happens. And I should just put all 3 of those together. So yeah, we're going to do some field combining here coming up. What did I miss there? No. That's a seed bed, so there, I think that was something when I was doing things. But anyway, let's head back home. Yeah, that's our 3 fields. We'll get those planted to something sometime. And I did clean that field up right here because it used to jut all the way over. That's why I put that there, because this little jut was just goofy trying to do anything. And then because we got the road here, having these 2 fields together plus that little section would work great. And then these 2 fields here, kind of square this one off, you know, somehow. And then combine these 2 together, or 3. Probably combine these 2 together. These ones together. That'll go away, of course, once we get all these trees gone. I got some thinking to do. Because, you know, my corn's not ready to harvest, and it'd be nice to plant these 3 fields together and actually take out this strip here and just make it one gigantic field, which would be nice. Or combine these 2 together and make a bigger rice field, because this one's nice and flat. It's along the river, and we can kind of go up along there, get the little terraforming going, and then combine these 2 together. Yeah, I think I might do that for next year. Redo my soybean field, because I did increase it over, because it used to be only 2 fields, and I put it to 3 if I remember right. No, it was that big. Or I left this one. I forget. It's been so long ago since I've done that one. But I really need to get those trees out of there. So that field right there, I think would be the best one to go to play with, like mustard or spelt or titrical. And then I've got to get a sawmill. I think I'll put the sawmill like right there, clear cut these trees, fill up that sawmill. But I got to do that so that way I can get this field planted and merged together as one. So that'll be probably something I do off stream. Yeah, so I got ideas now. Got ideas on what I need to do. And another thing I need to do, because we're trying to be consistent with a lot of our stuff. And we'll get our boots on. We'll go to our hat. Go to our gloves. Yeah, we can keep the red gloves. That's fine. Then go with those. Go to our hair. Select color. And we want the red. And then same with our goatee. Select color. Red. Select. So yeah. Getting back to our normal thing. The only thing different is the color of our gloves. In fact, it's kind of warm out. Let's just put on a short sleeve shirt for now. It'd be nice if there was a short sleeve button down in here instead of there we go. Let's put that on. I like that. Confirm. Boom. We're no longer a villain of our own devices. We're actually proper members of society now. So yeah, I think we got some good ideas what we're gonna do. Kind of need to fix that a little bit. But yeah, I think this is gonna go to. We're gonna try something different. Normally, it's like if I do anything, it's like a field of wheat or something like that. So I think we may change it up to. I mean, it would give us plenty of time if we do it. Get things going. We would plant in September. We could do a field of mustard. We'll figure something out though. It's going to be mustard, spelt, or titrical. One of those 3. And then those fields over there is going to be the same way. One of those 3. I've just got to get those trees clear cut out of there. Like I said, I'll get that going over the off time. Hopefully on, maybe this week on Kinleg, we'll take that time off. I'm not sure yet, I've wanted to come back to this map for some time and kept putting it off. And, it just felt right to come back. So, finally getting decent pellets out here. But yeah. Yeah. I think we're going to go ahead and call it there, folks, for the night. And I just want to thank you all for coming in. Glad to have you here. Back on Pallegney, trying to bring this back into the rotation. trying to be more consistent over it. Is this one? Yeah, this is just the base Kenzie blue drive. Yeah, good one. We need to get this guy upgraded. But because we're still playing the used market only series, we got to wait for a big cedar to come out on the used market. No matter what it is, we got to try to buy it. Luckily, everything here has been... We've been blessed really good with the used market. We've got some great equipment. We've got an entire lineup of fence. But yeah, thank you all for being here today. Glad to have you all here. Oh, Pottinger shirt. If you enjoyed the content, please make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to continue to receive our content, subscribe as well. We'd love to have you on the Hobby Corner. And until the next episode, we'll catch you later. Bye, everybody.